The day Edgar Cayce saw the future of America. Warning: what you are about to discover will shake the very foundation of everything you thought you knew about America's destiny. If you are reading this right now, your higher self has guided you here for a reason. The sleeping prophet saw what is coming, and his vision is unfolding before our eyes at this very moment. Edgar Cayce, a name that sends shivers down the spine of anyone who has dared to explore the mysteries beyond the veil. Known as the sleeping prophet, this ordinary man from Kentucky possessed an extraordinary gift that defied all logic and reason. While in a self-induced trance, Cayce could access information from realms unknown, providing medical diagnoses, past life readings, and prophecies that would echo through the decades. But there was one vision that stood apart from all the others. One prophecy so profound, so terrifying, and so precise that it has kept researchers, spiritualists, and truth seekers awake at night for generations. The day Edgar Cayce saw the future of America was the day everything changed. And what he witnessed in that altered state of consciousness is manifesting right now in ways that most people are completely blind to. Before we dive into the depths of this revelation, you need to understand something crucial. Cayce never sought fame or fortune. He was a simple photographer, a Sunday school teacher, a man of faith who stumbled upon his gift by accident. When he spoke of the future, he did so with reluctance, with a heavy heart, because he understood the weight of the knowledge he carried. His prophecies were not meant to instill fear, but to awaken those who were ready to hear the truth. The year was 1934. America was crawling through the Great Depression, a nation wounded and uncertain. Cayce entered one of his famous trances, and what emerged from his lips that day would be recorded, studied, and debated for nearly a century. He spoke of a time when America would face its greatest test, not from external enemies, not from war or invasion, but from within, a fracturing of the collective soul, a divide so deep that it would threaten the very fabric of the nation. Listen carefully to what comes next, because this is where the prophecy becomes uncomfortable. Cayce saw a future where Americans would turn against each other, where truth would become subjective, where the illusion of freedom would mask a subtle enslavement. He saw confusion spreading like wildfire, a spiritual amnesia that would cause people forget who they truly were. And in the midst of this chaos, he saw the rise of voices, leaders, and movements that would either save or destroy the American experiment. Does this sound familiar? Look around you. Observe the state of the nation today. The polarization, the anger, the inability to communicate across dividing lines, the erosion of shared reality itself. Cayce saw this. He witnessed it in his vision decades before the internet, before social media, before the age of information warfare. How is that possible? Because he was tapping into something beyond linear time. He was accessing the Akashic records, the cosmic library where all events, past, present, and future, are stored. But here is where it gets even more intriguing. Cayce did not just see the problem. He saw the solution. And that solution was not political. It was not economic. It was spiritual. He spoke of a great awakening that would rise from the ashes of America's darkest hour. A spiritual renaissance that would begin not in the halls of power, but in the hearts of ordinary individuals who remembered their divine nature. He said that when the chaos reached its peak, when it seemed that all hope was lost, a wave of consciousness would sweep across the land. People would begin to wake up. They would see through the illusions. They would reject the programming. They would remember that they are sovereign beings, connected to Source, connected to each other, connected to the infinite intelligence that governs all creation. And this awakening, Cayce prophesied, would not be gentle. It would be fierce. It would be uncomfortable. It would require the shedding of old identities, old beliefs, old systems that no longer serve the highest good. America would have to die in order to be reborn. Not the land itself, but the idea of America. The dream would have to be dreamed again, this time with eyes wide open. Now, pay attention to the specific detail from his readings, because it is happening right now. Cayce said that before the Great Awakening could occur, there would be a period of exposure. Hidden things would come to light. Secrets that have been buried for generations would surface. Corruption, manipulation, and control mechanisms that had operated in the shadows would be dragged into the harsh light of day. And this exposure will be shocking, disorienting, even traumatic for many people. Does that resonate with what you've been witnessing? The revelations, the scandals, the unveiling of truths that were once considered conspiracy theories? This is not random. This is not chaos without purpose. This is a prophecy unfolding. The exposure is necessary. You cannot heal what you do not acknowledge. You cannot transform what you refuse to see. Cayce also warned of natural upheavals that would accompany the spiritual and social transformation. He spoke of earthquakes, floods, and climate extremes that would force humanity to recognize its interconnectedness with the earth. These were not punishments, he emphasized, but corrections. The planet itself will participate in awakening, shaking off the toxicity, recalibrating its energy to match the rising consciousness of those who were ready to evolve. If you are still watching this, it means you are one of the awakened ones. You are not here by accident. Your soul recognizes the truth in these words because you have felt it yourself. You have sensed that something monumental is happening beneath the surface of everyday reality. You have questioned the narratives. You have looked beyond the veil. And now, you are being called to play your role in the transformation that Cayce foresaw. If this message is resonating with your soul, do not let the algorithm hide this wisdom from others who need to hear it. Subscribe to this channel right now, because what is coming the next few months will require you to stay informed, stay awake, and stay connected to the truth. But let us go deeper into the specifics of Cayce's American prophecy, because there are layers here that most people overlook. He spoke of a time when the ideals upon which America was founded, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, would be tested to their absolute limit. He said that the nation would face a choice: to honor those principles truly and completely, or to abandon them in favor of control and conformity. Interestingly, Cayce predicted that this choice would not be made by governments or institutions. It would be made by individuals. Each person would have to decide, in their own heart, what kind of world they wanted to create, and the collective outcome would be determined by the sum total of those individual choices. This is the power that has been hidden from you. You are not a passive observer in this unfolding drama. You are a co-creator. Cayce saw that America's future was not fixed. It was probabilistic, existing in multiple potential timelines simultaneously. The timeline that would manifest depended entirely on the consciousness of the people. If enough individuals chose fear, division, and control, that timeline would solidify. But if enough individuals chose love, unity, and freedom, a different timeline would emerge. This is why your awareness matters. This is why your spiritual work matters. You are literally voting with your consciousness for the future you want to experience. He also spoke of the role that certain geographic locations in America would play during this transition. He mentioned that areas with high spiritual energy, ancient sacred sites, and places of natural power will become refuges and gathering points for the awakened. People would be intuitively drawn to these places, often without understanding why. Communities of light would form, creating pockets of higher consciousness that would serve as beacons during the darkest moments of the transition. Are you feeling called to relocate? Are you sensing that you need to be somewhere else, even if it makes no logical sense? Trust that. Cayce indicated that soul groups will be magnetically drawn together during this time, reuniting with their spiritual families to do the work they incarnated to do. If you've been feeling isolated, know that your tribe is out there, and you will find them when the timing is right. Another fascinating aspect of Cayce's prophecy involved the role of children and young people in America's transformation. He said that a new generation will be born with advanced spiritual capabilities, with innate wisdom, with memories of who they truly are. These children would not fit into the old systems. They would challenge authority. They would question everything. And they would ultimately lead humanity into the new paradigm. Look at the youth today. Look at their refusal to accept the limitations that previous generations accepted. Look at their intuitive understanding of unity consciousness, their rejection of outdated hierarchies, their demand for authenticity and truth. This is exactly what Cayce predicted. The new generation is not lost. They are found. They are here to dismantle the old world and build the new one. Cayce also gave specific time frames for certain events. Though interpreting them has been a subject of much debate, he spoke of a period of great turmoil that would last approximately 20 years, followed by a gradual stabilization and the emergence of a new social order. Many researchers believe that we are currently in the midst of that 20-year period, experiencing the peak intensity of the transformation. If that is accurate, then what you are feeling right now, the anxiety, the uncertainty, the sense that everything is falling apart, is not a sign that something is wrong. It is a sign that something is right. The old structures must collapse before the new ones can be built. The caterpillar must dissolve completely in the cocoon before it can emerge as a butterfly. America is in the cocoon right now, and so are you. But here is the most important part of Cayce's prophecy, and this is what you need to carry with you after this video ends. He said that the individuals who would successfully navigate this transition would be those who cultivated an inner connection to the divine, those who meditated, those who prayed, those who spent time in nature, those who practiced compassion and forgiveness, those who chose love over fear again and again, even when fear seemed like the logical response. He said that external circumstances would become increasingly chaotic and unpredictable, but those who had anchored themselves in spiritual truth will remain centered, calm, and clear. They will become the lighthouses in the storm, the steady presence that others would gravitate toward. They would not have all the answers, but they would have something more valuable: faith, trust in the divine plan, and the inner knowing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. This is your training ground. Right now, this moment, every challenge you face, every fear that arises, every moment of doubt is an opportunity to strengthen your spiritual core. You are being prepared for what is coming. And what is coming is not something to fear. It is something to embrace. Because on the other side of this transformation is a world beyond your wildest imagination. Cayce saw that world. He described it in his readings. A world where humanity lives in harmony with nature. A world where technology serves consciousness rather than controlling it. A world where competition gives way to cooperation. A world where scarcity is revealed as the illusion always was, and abundance flows freely to all. A world where the spiritual and material realms are integrated, where heaven literally manifests on earth. That is the America that is being birthed right now, not the America of the past, with all its shadows and unresolved karma, but a new America, a reclaimed America, an America that finally lives up to the spiritual potential that was encoded in its founding, even if the founders themselves did not fully understand what they were channeling. And here's the twist that most people miss. Cayce said that America's transformation would trigger a global awakening, that this nation, for all its flaws and mistakes, was serving as a crucible for an experiment in consciousness that would have implications for the entire planet. What happens in America does not stay in America. It ripples out. The healing of this nation contributes to the healing of the world. So when you look at the chaos, when you feel overwhelmed by the division and the conflict, remember this. You are witnessing the birth pangs of a new era. And birth is never easy. It is messy. It is painful. It requires immense effort and surrender at the same time. But the result is a miracle. Edgar Cayce saw that miracle. He saw you right now, reading these words, waking up to your role in this cosmic drama. He saw the light warriors who hold the frequency of love during humanity's darkest hour. He saw the truth seekers who would refuse to be silenced or controlled. He saw the healers who would mend the wounds of generations. He saw the visionaries who would dream the new world into being. And if you are feeling the weight of this mission on your shoulders, if you are realizing that you are one of the ones who came here for this exact moment in history, then you need to stay connected to this channel. Subscribe now, because we're going to walk this path together. You are not alone in this. We are a community of awakened souls, and we will support each other through the transformation that is coming. Now, let us address something that might be troubling you. You might be asking yourself, if Cayce saw all of this, if he knew what was coming, why did he not provide more specific instructions? Why did he not give us a blueprint for exactly what to do? The answer is profound. He could not give you a blueprint because your path is unique. Your soul's mission is specific to you. The transformation of America, the awakening of humanity, is not a one-size-fits-all process. It is a symphony, and each person is playing their own instrument, contributing their own note to the collective harmony. Cayce gave you the framework, the understanding, the reassurance that there is a divine plan, but you must discover your specific role through your own inner guidance. This is why meditation is not optional. This is why connecting with your higher self is not just a nice spiritual practice. It is essential. Your instructions are not coming from external authorities. They are coming from within. The voice of your soul knows exactly what you need to do, where you need to be, who you need to connect with. But you can only hear that voice when you quiet the noise of the external world and turn your attention inward. Cayce demonstrated this through his own life. His gift only worked when he entered a trance state, when he disconnected from his conscious mind and allowed the higher intelligence to flow through him. You have access to that same intelligence. Every human being does. The question is, are you willing to quiet yourself enough to receive it? As we approach the conclusion of this journey through Cayce's prophetic vision, I want to leave you with something practical, something you can do right now, today, to align yourself with the positive timeline that Cayce saw. It is simple, but do not mistake simplicity for lack of power. Every single day, take a moment to visualize the America you want to see. Not the America of fear and division, but the America of unity and love. See people from all backgrounds coming together in mutual respect and understanding. See abundance flowing to everyone. See children playing safely in clean, beautiful environments. See technology being used to uplift rather than manipulate. See truth being honored and celebrated. See spiritual wisdom being integrated into every aspect of society. Hold that vision with emotion. Feel it as if it is already real. Because in the quantum field, in the realm of infinite possibilities, it already is real. You are simply choosing to collapse the wave function into that particular timeline to the power of your focused consciousness. This is not wishful thinking. This is how reality is actually created. Cayce understood this. The ancient mystics understood this. And now you understand it too. The day Edgar Cayce saw the future of America was not a day of doom and gloom. Yes, he saw challenges. Yes, he saw difficulties. But he also saw triumph. He saw transformation. He saw transcendence. And most importantly, he saw you. He saw the awakened ones who would rise to the occasion, who would remember their divine nature, who would refuse to be swept away by the tides of fear and confusion. You are the fulfillment of his prophecy. Every person watching this video, every soul who resonates with these words, you are the answer to the question that Cayce posed all those years ago. Will America rise to meet its spiritual destiny? And the answer, if you are here, is yes. Because you have already said yes with your presence, with your attention, with your willingness to look beyond the surface of things and seek the deeper truth. The sleeping prophet is no longer sleeping. His words are echoing through time, reaching your ears at the exact moment you need to hear them. This is not coincidence. This is synchronicity. This is a universe confirming that you are on the right path, that your awakening is unfolding perfectly, that you are exactly where you need to be. As we close this transmission, I invite you once more to join our community. Subscribe to the Light of Wisdom, turn on notifications, and commit to your own awakening. Because what Edgar Cayce saw was not just the future of America. He saw the future of consciousness itself. And that future is being written right now, by you, through your choices, through your awareness, through your willingness to be a vessel for the light. The prophecy is unfolding. The awakening is here. And you, beautiful soul, are an essential part of it. Walk forward with courage. Trust the process. Know that you are supported by forces beyond your comprehension. The light of wisdom is within you. It always has been. And now, finally, you are ready to let it shine.